I'm Dr. Sampson Davis. I'm a board-certified emergency medicine physician.
I'm Dr. Rameck Hunt. I'm a board-certified internal medicine physician and a board-certified obesity medicine specialist.
My name is Dr. George Jenkins. I treat patients at school-based sites in Washington Heights and the Bronx.
They're known as the doctors, lifelong friends who have won awards for their dedication to giving back to their communities. Work they vowed to do when they were growing up as teenagers in Newark, New Jersey.
Dealing with not having money, trying to survive in an environment where it was tough to survive.
So, Sampson, Rameck, and George made a pact to all become doctors and to support each other along the way. A promise they kept through college and med school, and after 30 years, one they still honor today.
I enjoy being on the front lines, helping people and to nurture them back to health, and to be able to sometimes step in and intervene and save a life is such a tremendous blessing.
Oh, and it's a blessing to have them on the show. Doctors Sampson Davis, Rameck Hunt, and George Jenkins, all with us. Hello, doctors. I feel so blessed to have you guys here.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. George, let me start with you. So this was a promise made in high school. How did it even come up in conversation? 3 high school guys making this pledge to each other?
It was pretty organic, to be honest. We didn't really think about it. We were just trying to find our way. Regular young guys, we love sneakers, we love video games, we love girls. We just, sometimes we found ourselves just being mischievous as well, but just trying to find our way growing up in Newark. A lot of our teachers in various stages of our development prior to us meeting told us that we were smart, told us that education was the surest way to change our quality of life and our situation. So we sort of around those formative years, around sophomore, junior year, we started to begin thinking of what we wanted to become. And everyone had their sort of separate ideas of what their futures look like. And then we happened to stumble into and literally stumble into a session from Seton Hall University about careers in health and science called Pre-Medical Pre-Dental Plus program, which was an EOF program. And we just all looked at it together. And once we decided to go for it together, it was like unsaid that we were going to support each other emotionally.
Wow.
Just really learn from each other. We taught each other so much about being men. All of us come from single parent homes. So we taught each other how to shave, how to tie ties, just how to present professionally.
That is amazing. I mean, it was like you were meant to be. Now, Rameck, I know, though, at first you guys all went to Seton Hall, which is phenomenal in itself. But Rameck, at first, you thought about going to Howard and you considered being a teacher. Did the other two wrangle you back in and say, no, we promised, so you got to keep your promise?
You know, that was so interesting. We, I was going to go to Howard with 2 of my other friends. And when this opportunity came about, I just kind of weighed my options and realized that doing this with them was the surest way to get me out of my situation. And because it was all for one for all. And I knew that if I went this way, it would definitely change my life. And so I just went for it.
So, Sampson, it's one thing to set a goal with your friends. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to become doctors, and we're going to all go to college together. It's another thing for all 3 of you to come up with the money. I mean, it's nothing is free in life. And as pointed out, you're from single-parent homes. You don't have legacy money sitting in a trust fund. How did you all manage to pull that off and get to Seton Hall?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We surely didn't have a chest full of funds. So we were creative in a lot of ways. We applied for scholarships. We would take turns. Literally, we would divide books and information into the third, and each one of us would take our third and see what resources were available. And often we would chuckle because we weren't on academic probation, we were on financial probation. So there were so many people that helped us along the way. We were creative, and even in the gesture of going to the bursar and asking, we even remember his name, Mr. McGovern used to allow us to go register for our account. We would take the hold off our account so we could go register. So we would pay monthly $25 a month just to stay in college, and so we were able to secure more funds.
So doctors, you graduate, you're now officially doctors, and you decide Now we have to commit to helping other people. George, where did you start in making that promise come true?
I think it found all of us, just like everything else seemed to have found us. We were asked to speak when we first graduated, and once we got in front of that class, it seemed to grab all of us. We all seemed to really just be captivated with the ability to help young people and to get them to look at their futures differently and their just who they are and what they're capable of. We needed a lot of help with that ourselves. So once we garnered our careers and a lot of lessons learned, we wanted to package them and share them immediately. And we were residents when we began our foundation. So it was really early on. We hadn't even made $1 from medicine yet, but we knew our perspective was very valuable for young people, and we wanted to get it out there.
So you created this mentoring program, and then it turned into this best-selling book, a documentary. So you're just flowing it out. Dr. Davis, what do you think is the takeaway? Because I always tell people, you know, I could tell you everything I did in my life, but there's no guarantee it would turn out the same. I didn't even know it was going to turn out this way. But what is the advice that you have as you pay it forward?
Yeah, I mean, we all can do it. That's the concept. And dream big, but you have to put the work in. And you have to surround yourself with like-minded people. It absolutely could not have done this without George and without Rameck. So having that teamwork really does get the dream work done.